With this draft, we set out to celebrate football and provide an escape. As we celebrate the newest class of the NFL,
it's going to be a different draft.
Roger Goodell sent a memo to all 32 teams on Monday. It will be a virtual draft. Nobody can use their club facilities.
You know, it was first like, wow, this is going to take a lot, and it's going to take merging traditional media with more internet-based media, which frankly hadn't been counted on for primetime content.
I think March 16th was the date when we canceled all public fan events in Las Vegas. Could we still accomplish everything we wanted to accomplish with the draft? And ultimately we made the decision, yes, we could.
This draft this year is a draft like no other.
How do we make sure we strike the right tone and the right balance and do right by this really unique moment?
this is an opportunity for us all to come back together a little bit here and have a lot of fun and watch these young men as they begin their NFL careers.
The hard part was that this was going to be live. This needed to be an always-on, steady stream with no interruption.
The technical and connectivity concerns are always front and center. We heard that from the GMs, the coaches, from every side of it.
We had a long list of contingencies on what we would do if X, Y, or Z happened. We required that all head coaches, GMs, and club presidents get on a one-to-one phone call with us. That's when we took them through step by step how the actual draft was going to work.
As a team, as a building, we collectively said we're going to embrace it.
Just checking in from my house. I want to give you guys a little view of what it's like getting ready for the draft from home.
We got our same video set up and all that we usually have. And this is pretty much the setup, guys.
The volume was something that, in terms of feeds, well beyond anything that we or ESPN had done before. The IT folks, the broadcast operations teams were just rock stars. Michelle McKenna and Dave Shaw, who leads the broadcast operations side, really get creative on, okay, how do we get all these feeds in here? How do we run them through these video call centers? And that's why we just tested and tested.
We're talking about a 2-round mock draft, and the reason for that is they want each team to have the ability to enter picks in different ways.
And then we did a lot of testing, obviously, from the commissioner's basement.
And this is a man cave, completely modified.
Talking about where he was going to do it from, there was all kinds of talk about where it would be. And he was the one that said, well, I should be home if everybody else is home.
This will be my home for the next 3 days. Draft day 2020, much different than we ever imagined.
It starts to come to life and you say, okay, we can do something special here.
Doing the draft this way is a new experience for all of us. It's now my honor to announce that the first ever virtual NFL draft is officially open. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock.
A lot of clubs actually use Microsoft Teams as their way to stay in touch with each other.
Coach, GM, owner, player personnel folks decide on the selection they were going to make. Pretty simply, they would submit that via the Microsoft Teams chat function, and that would go through to Kenny Fiore on our management council team, who's our draft guru. He would confirm that the player's eligible. That would be announced over the pick line that we have, and then the commissioner would get that information, get the card, and then announce it from his basement.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
The good news is we never had to stop the clock because of a technical issue. Each pick from Joe Burrow at 1 all the way through Mr. Irrelevant was technically sound.
Oh, yeah! Henry Ruggs is swagging out in a robe.
Coming back home, baby. You're coming back home. You ready? Yes, sir, baby. Hey, we are so excited.
I just couldn't believe it. This is a blessing, man.
We're going to have to figure out how to get content from the players' home. We talked about how we'd get lighting and cameras, how we'd do it. We packaged and built each kit and then shipped them from our homes to, we had a list of where our kits were going.
This morning I received my draft kit.
Let's see what we got.
We got a little bit of everything. Tripod in here. Camera that's gonna always be on and recording me.
Got my whole setup.
This is where I'll be sitting. Fam will be here. We watching it here on the TV.
Kits into 58 prospects' homes, so 2 phones with cameras that were set up in their homes. One was that always-on camera that you saw the prospect, kind of the wide shot of the family. And then we had another camera in there that was used for interviews.
It's a dream come true.
This is crazy. I'm in awe right now.
Being able to go out there and represent my family, it's a blessing. That's all I could say.
Each team got 2, one for the GM and one for the head coach, and no audio because we didn't want to be hearing their discussion. And there was a lot of effort made to prove to them that we couldn't hear any audio.
Everybody else is inside. He's chilling on his back porch, just, enjoying the weather in Tampa.
I loved the creativity that we saw. We started to be able to see these feeds of what their setups look like. I think at that moment I realized, wow, I feel like I'm part of history of some sort.
The biggest star of the night, undoubtedly Bill Belichick's dogs.
Just enjoy the sheer pageantry of the Tommy Bahama shirt.
The intimacy of this draft will be one of its legacies. The draft in general will be forever changed because of this draft, and we'll find ways to bring those things that fans love, that we love, that clubs love, to life.
The most memorable draft ever.
What a unique and special 3 days. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you.